this segment. We bought a Retron5. I bought a Retron5 just on a whim. I was like, I got an email actually from Amazon. It was like, hey, we got Retron5s. And I was like, okay.
Buying one.
Yeah. It was $165, which is cheaper than I thought it was.
Nice.
But
not bad at all.
Yeah, and it shipped in like a day. Like, I ordered it, pretty sure on Saturday, arrived Monday morning before I went to work.
Yeah, it was apparently supposed to arrive like next Friday.
Yeah.
So like yesterday, if you're watching this on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was supposed to arrive yesterday. Instead, it arrived like 5 days ago.
Before.
Yeah. 5 days before yesterday. 5 days. No, 5 days before. It arrived on Monday. Fuck it. Whatever.
Yeah.
I can't numbers and days right now.
It works great. I enjoy it.
Yeah, we just did a little bit of testing on it to see how it's going to show up before we started recording this, because a big thing about it is there is an incredible backlog of retro games here and some there and whatnot that we are eventually going to want to play. And the thing about it is, playing it on the original system, you don't have any kind of HD output.
And my capture doesn't capture audio properly from it. So that doesn't really work for us, and I just kind of want to not have to deal with that.
And like, if you've been watching, if it's out at all yet, our Metroid playthrough, we switched from emulation to then differently set emulation to then Virtual Console on the Wii U, and the Virtual Console just didn't. It looked kind of muddy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We could the frame rate was a lot better. Everything was flashing correctly, so we could actually see what the hell we were doing. But at the same time, like, the quality just wasn't there. This thing plays fucking old school games, which is why we've actually got Metroid sitting here right now. Also because we did say, hey, we actually own a cartridge of this, we're just emulating because we have to. And then we said we'd prove it. There's the proof right there. This is a copy of Metroid. But anyway, so this thing will provide, like, a vastly superior capture source for any games from fucking NES to Famicom to fucking Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, and even Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games. We'll be able to play them on there, fucking HD output to the TV, and just enjoy the shit out of it.
Yep.
So I am vastly looking forward to the things that we're going to be able to do with this.
And man, it does, like, it works because it is an emulator. At its heart. It's an emulator. It dumps the ROM from the cartridge onto the internal storage, so you can, like, I think it has built-in, like, Game Genie stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. So, like, I think actually no, it's not built in right away, but you can actually get an SD card with, like, actual Retron stuff that will, like, attach to it.
Right on.
But yeah.
Or just plug a Game Genie into it.
Actually, yeah, we could do that since I have two.
Yeah. That is something we could do.
There it is. And the biggest thing about, obviously, this console is not just all of the different games that it can play, but you can use the actual controllers.
Yes. Or you can use, say, for example, you want to play a Sega Genesis game, but you'd prefer to play it with a Super Nintendo controller.
Easy peasy.
Can do. Which is badass, because for fucking old school gaming, I find nothing better than the fucking Super Nintendo controller.
Yeah.
Unless I'm playing an original Nintendo game and need only the B and A buttons. But I mean, even still, we can play with a Super Nintendo controller and map the controls so that it's Y to shoot and B to jump.
Yeah.
For Metroid.
Which is what I was doing, actually.
Which will make it so much easier for both of us.
Yeah. The other great thing was, I don't remember what I was going to say. Something else great about it, obviously.
Is it the fact that it will, in addition to taking Super Nintendo games, take Super Famicom games in the same port?
That's cool too, yeah. I need to get some Super Famicom games, though.
There are a couple I can think of that would be really great to get a hold of.
Yeah?
Yeah. For example, any of the side-scrolling Dragon Ball Z fighter games. I don't even know how much those would cost. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Beat 'em up?
Well, no, like fighting games, like.
Oh, so the 2D fighters.
2D fighters, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but also, I mean, the Super Nintendo and Super Famicom were fucking great for side-scrolling beat-em-ups, and there were a lot that were only released in Japan that might be kind of fun to play.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever played any of the, like, just by emulating or whatever, played any of the Sailor Moon beat 'em up games?
No.
Oh, dude, they're good.
That sounds great.
They're fucking good. Hell, even if we have to emulate that shit, I say we play those one of these days. Because that would be fucking badass. Yeah, no, like, there was, like, legit fucking proper fucking side-scrolling beat-em-up Sailor Moon games.
That's great.
Also, there was a Super Famicom Kamen Rider game that was also a beat-em-up.
Sort of like the Power Rangers game, kind of?
A bit, yeah. Including the fact that, like, at any point during the stage, you could transform if you wanted to, and your attacks would start doing more damage and whatnot. Right. I don't think there was, like, a power meter you had to build up like the Power Rangers game. I think it was just at any given time, you could press a button, and all of a sudden, Daida Henshin!
Right.
And I believe it is 2 player as well. I think you can play as Ichigo and Nigo, so that'd be pretty great.
Ichigo? Isn't that 1, 2, 4? Ichigo?
No.
Like 1, 2, 6.
No, Ichi 1, and then Go in this case is not the number 5, which Go, but basically a suffix meaning number. So he's number 1.
Oh, gotcha.
Right? And then Nigo is number 2, right?
Okay.
So yeah, when they refer to Kamen Rider Ichigo and Kamen Rider Nigo, they're basically Kamen Rider number 1 and Kamen Rider number 2.
So it's not Kamen Rider number 1 and Kamen Rider B?
Yeah, it's not Kamen Rider Playa 1 and Kamen Rider Playa B.
Oh, what I forgot that I was gonna say, is that even though it is emulation, it feels like you're actually playing on an actual console.
Wait. What about games that have internal saves?
That's interesting. You can actually plug the cartridge in and rip the saves from the battery onto the console, and even then, if you want to put them back, like new saves on the cartridge, you can do that too.
What if I want to keep the save I have on my cartridge, but save a different save on the system?
Yeah.
That's possible?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like you don't even. I don't think you have to touch.
Will it save? Will it save a game?
Actually, that's a good question. If you only have one save on the cartridge, but if you set it to save to the console, then you should be able to do that just fine using save states.
My other question, of course, is what about a game where the save battery is dead? We could actually save.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like my Pirates. I got Pirates in like 1995, maybe even earlier than that, and I just thought the game was broken. The save battery had died by then. At that point, it wouldn't save, and yeah, it's one of those games where you kind of need to save, so we would leave it on for weeks at a time, and yeah.
Because I've got a copy of Leaf Green that has no save battery.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we're emulating Leaf Green for the next
Yeah,
anyways.
I guess we'll have to finish it.
But yeah,
that way.
Because I mean, it's not exactly like. Can you though? Mm-hmm. Can you take the save and somehow move it to the Retron and we can play it on there?
That I'm sure there's a way. I have to mod something with the SD card to actually get an emulated save onto there. Because I don't think it would save the same format.
Probably doable, but whatever. We'll just keep doing it the way we do it.
We'll just keep doing it the way it is for now.
Anyway, point is, we have new HD capture ability for old games, and that's going to make things look a million fucking times better on the channel. Or on the other channel, not this channel, obviously, because this is the podcast channel. We're talking about the gameplay channel, you know, the one that everybody actually watches.
Yeah, that one.
That one. The one that has, 17 subscribers to this one's like 4?
Do we actually have 4?
I think so. I'm gonna check right now. See what our subscriber count is at this exact moment where we're recording. There was a problem with the network. Fuck you.
Fuck you, and fuck the network.
Come on, YouTube, load faster. There we go. Subscriptions. That's John Bailey. I know that guy. I don't know that guy, but I've talked to that guy a couple times.
I recently saw a copy of Snow Brothers going for $200 American. I've had that game since I was like 8.
Ooh, Cape Feathercast has 6 subscribers.
We're
moving up in the world.
Very slightly.
What's Cape Feather Plays got? Because we got a video from that. The highlights from 15 to 16. Yeah, okay, I was right on that one. So yeah, the one that has 10 more subscribers than this channel.
My personal channel has 19 subscribers and it has 101 videos on it.
My personal channel has 70 subscribers, but it's been up for like 8 fucking years. I doubt that those 70 people actually watch my stuff.
Yeah.
In fact, some of those I bet are accounts that don't even exist anymore or just have no activity.
Probably, yeah.
But at the same time, hey, that's a fucking personal milestone for me. I have 70 subscribers. Go watch my toy reviews. I plan to do more soon. Like, look, here's Combiner Wars Streetwise. He's gonna be in front of a camera soon. Same camera, in fact, that he's in front of right now, but for different reasons.
Yep.
I still intend to do that 10 shots, 10 bots thing. But that'll have to wait for a day when I'm not working the next day.
And also not sick.
And also not sick, yes, because that could make me very ill, and that would be bad.
Yep.
So yes, look forward to the great things that we plan to do with this Retron, and I figure that's probably a segment.
That's a podcast.
That's a podcast. Well, I suppose we'll catch y'all next time, so keep it here on the Cape Feather Cast channel, and let's bump up past 6 subscribers. Yay?
Ben.
Yes.
I think he was still out of frame though.
Probably.
You just like, you see that our light gets blocked and you're like, oh, it's Ben. Bye.
Maybe Ben's imaginary. What if Ben is that person that we just made up and he's actually not there? Has anybody ever even seen Ben?
Hand wave.
That could have been one of us.